Hey everybody. I don't share too much on my page anymore here on Facebook, and I certainly don't share in groups anymore because I've had content removed, I've been shadow banned, and a lot of what I share gets buried in the algorithm. And it's fine, I'm not a victim, I'm not blaming anybody or anything, but I do know that the people who need to find me often don't on this platform. They find me in other places. And I want to share something, even though I don't teach really anymore, I don't identify with that, but I will share something here that's going to clean up a lot of confusion for you real quick. I'm going to try to do it in 6 minutes or less, so let's see what we got. So, a lot of people come into my world once they've exhausted, or think they have, their opportunities for exploring astrology readings, Akashic records, entity attachments, downloaded money codes, goddess activations, retreats, free summits, you name it, freebies from A to Z. Basically anything that's peddled in the spiritual marketplace as something that is consciousness expanding. A lot of the things still being passed around are half-truths, highly misunderstood, or are just pieces of regurgitated wisdom that people have passed through AI and then are peddling out as their own original ideas. Now, is this stuff fun to explore? Absolutely. I'm not shitting on any of this stuff, and I'm not throwing shade on anybody, but I know from my experience, from my vantage point, when people come into my space, they've tried all this stuff and nothing works. Because what they're really trying to do is change their experience of reality for the better, to experience a more preferred life. Without understanding this really fundamental premise that once you really understand it and you live from it and move in your life from it, it changes everything. That every time you reach for something new, which is a lot, you will come up against everything that you've placed between you and that preferred reality. And I mean by that, everything you think you know, all of those decisions that you made about yourself and reality and just how things are, all of those conclusions you've drawn about why reality is the way it is, the way you are, because you're from this family, because you're from this income bracket, blah, 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 blah. So the way reality works is that it has to hold up to your belief of it. Reality, or what you call the outer world, can only and ever mirror and reflect what you are projecting. And that will always be the sum total of what you think, you believe, you know about reality. So something really magical and wonderful happens when you start to drop what you know. Meaning all that stuff that is driving a wedge between you and that reality that you desire. When you do that, that shift in awareness that occurs, it's an alchemy. When you look more kindly through the lens of love, through kind, loving eyes, at those conclusions you drew erroneously, at those decisions you made without having the full amount of information in front of you, usually at a younger age, when you learn to trade your truth for acceptance, when you learn to trade your authenticity for safety and approval, okay? Where before you might have learned that love was transactional. Love is unconditional. True love is unconditional. It cannot be transacted or extracted. It can't be exchanged. When the universe is built on love, everything comes from love, everything returns to it. It's only here, when we're playing in the sandbox of reality, that we decide there's something other than love. And those feelings are usually anger, fear, and sadness. And they create a distorted lens through which you're looking at yourself, you're looking at your life, and the world. Now, if you're not addressing those things with the fullness of all the love that you are, shit looks pretty fucking distorted. It looks like you're not an abundant being. It looks like you live in lack. It looks like you live in scarcity. It looks like you're unworthy. It looks like you're unlovable. It looks like you're unacceptable, blah, 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 the list goes on. None of those things are true. But you conclude that's what you know. You see the distortion? You see the rub here? So in my world, when people come to work with me, the very first thing I ask them to do is accept the possibility that they are 100% responsible for creating their reality. I ask them to entertain the idea and strongly, maybe even accept the possibility that all is one, all time is now, everything is now, and you are one with everything. And that we're just here playing with separation as a fun experiment and as an adventure that our souls wanted to have. And that if you clean everything up so that you are only leading your life and living and moving from the premise that all is one and you are everything, and everything that is already created, it's all here, and what we are doing here is choosing from infinite possibility all the time, no exceptions, that if you started to clean up this idea that all is one, that you are one with everything, started to move from that idea, do you think your life would shift? Do you think things would look a little bit different? If you decided that when you do confront those feelings and ideas and thoughts and beliefs that arise every time you reach for something new and you look at it and feel into it with love, that alchemy might actually change how things appear in the mirror of reality. And you don't have to believe it. You don't even have to create any new beliefs at all. But if you accept the possibility that that might happen, that's all I ask of you. And what I find after teaching in New Human Blueprint for a year, after teaching in Golden Thread Mentorship, that people's lives indeed do change. You get to find out for yourself. So through tomorrow, I am offering an option to join at the yearly 12-month membership, pay in full rate of $440 in New Human Blueprint. This is my community off of Facebook. It is on the school platform where I can share things without being shadow banned or having an algorithm bury my stuff, or without being censored or having my content taken down because it's offensive to someone. So if you want that kind of freedom to discuss, to explore, to expand your consciousness without all the double-minded spiritual fuckery that contradicts more than it actually clarifies, then I invite you to come join us in our community. This offer to join for $440 takes $88 off of a 12-year membership because we're celebrating our 1-year anniversary. And so I'm inviting you to partake in that celebration by taking advantage of this price. It goes away tomorrow. You can join for $44 a month if you like, but if you want to join with the full payment savings, please do. And I can't wait to see you in the group. Bye for now.